Speed leveling in Assassin's Creed Shadows. How can you do it? How can you increase your level as well as, of course, your mastery rank? Stay tuned for What's up, guys? I'm Franky Boy on this channel covering everything regarding Assassin's Creed Shadows, and I played this game for about 60 hours. Excuse me, I'm a little bit hyped, and yeah, we're gonna talk about the best methods to level up your character fast. So we got a few points and levels to earn. So let's talk about this level here first, which is the basic level gate for your character. This is a level that will then, of course, be reflected in what you see below. The health as well as the damage. The adrenaline points not. And how do you increase your level? Obviously by questing and getting experience. You can get experience through quests, and I try to block the text to avoid spoilers. 2.2k right here. This is like the most basic quest you can get all the time for 1.5k. Yeah, and some quests even grant 5.5k experience or more, and I try to avoid to show that as much as I can. As you can see, the experience needed to level up is obviously increasing per level you gain, and this results in a decreasement of level ups per hour. But yeah, you eventually just need to hit level 35 and then you're good to go to play through the whole game, and it will go up until level 60. At one point it simply doesn't matter which level you are, it's just for your personal feeling of growth. Now the juicy part. This is the interesting one. It's the mastery tree. We have two kinds of points. We get these right here at the top right, and you can get them, and you can as well unassign your skills. But if you want to reset your skill tree, you have to do the whole thing. Get these points back that you have to then put into skills. But the true leveling is in the knowledge rank, and this will also be enhanced by this second skill tree that you unlock after you got to knowledge rank 6. So once you hit that rank, you can then get these skills right here, which also need mastery points, and you will then have to skill a lot more if you manage to get through these skill trees right here. Now you can see here's some story blocks, and that's simply playing the required story parts, which is most likely a Naoe mission for Naoe and a Yasuke mission for Naoe's skills. But since you just started with that game, you are asking yourself, how can I get to knowledge rank 3 and 4, which is some kind of game changing for me? Because there are a lot of top end skills that you will definitely want at some part of that game, especially removing more health segments with Naoe, while the last segment here, it's hidden behind a quest wall. Now leveling up has a few methods, and there's a huge help for you guys to see just my orange dots on this map, because I eventually bought that for 10 euros. Crazy, right? Now everything that is orange grants you knowledge points, and it's super easy to just do these kind of things. There's a few things for Yasuke and a few for Naoe. Let's start with the kata first. And of course, to level up quickly, you will not want to play Yasuke since he is slower. So you want to traverse through the world with Naoe, and once you reach that point where you want to get as Yasuke, you then switch to him. Now this will feel pretty clunky, I know, but it is the fastest way, depending obviously on your load times, depending on your system that you play on. By the way, do you know PlayOn? They published Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, lol. Now, first things first, the kata for Yasuke, super easy, switch to him. And to succeed in the kata, you simply talk to that guy and do it. If you don't want to do it yourself, you can freely choose the auto mode, escape, options, gameplay, auto QuickTime events. Best setting ever, because then you will just have to sit, talk to the camera, and enjoy Yasuke doing his stuff whoosh, ha, hoo, ta. I will go get a drink for me. Hey, that guy is still not done yet. How can he? Cheers on Yasuke for earning my knowledge point for me. Thank you so much. It was awesome to watch you do that, Yasuke. Now the great thing is that I also speed level while I'm doing this video, which is quite handy. So next up, there's, by the way, two Yasuke exclusives that he can do, and the second one is of course horse archery, where you also get, and you can see it, horse skins. Now which one is the easiest reachable for? I think that one right here. I didn't do it yet, and I unfortunately have to do it myself. What a pity. Did you know that you can save a lot of time if you call your horse and simply head towards your destination? This horse will just run behind you, and you will then automatically get on that saddle, as you hopefully just saw. And you kind of see the thing. I try to min-max, which obviously doesn't exist, but I try to optimize my gameplay even in single-player games, which for some of you guys would not make sense, but I enjoy this, and if you enjoy this too, you came to the right place. Now I think I have to get out of the fight to talk to that guy here, which is a pity. Thank you for the arrows though. Silent arrow OP, they nerfed it with a patch pre-launch though. Okay, next up we have the horse archery event, and this is pretty easy with mouse and keyboard. I would recommend doing so because I one hit all of the time with this. You simply have to use your bow and arrow and then shoot and then shoot. I always try to like let Yasuke run into that. Opala, there's the last one. Right there. But yeah, I shouldn't talk while doing this, right? But I honestly think this is much harder on PlayStation or a controller than it is on PC. Alright, and the moment I did not talk in the video, I managed to do it, obviously. So, very good. Thank you so much. Oh, and by the way, that guy that spoke this dude actually did the male Eivor in Assassin's Creed Valhalla. He's called Bernd Egger in German. And, I met him when I recorded my voice for Assassin's Creed Valhalla back then. I was in the first DLC, in the German version only though. Alright, so these are the two options that you have for Yasuke. For Naoe, we have like a lot more. And I, by the way, love this landscape. So first up for Naoe, and she has a lot more to do in theory, we have Kujikiri, and you likely know this from your hideout. Once again, I recommend the auto quicktime event function for this if you do not like quicktime events, as I do. If you like them, you could obviously do them, but I prefer to sip on my Coke now and watch her do it for me. Thank you so much, Naoe. And she did that for me. Awesome, Naoe. Great. And thank you so much for the next knowledge point. So this is the first one for Naoe. Next up, we have, of course, the Path of Shadows, or the paths in general, let's say it that way, because the Path of Shadows was a specific one. Oh, and by the way, one thing I didn't tell you about, obviously you can also level through just slaughtering enemies, and for stealth attacks you get a little bit more XP than for normal kills, as well as for like greater enemies. Also like these little shrines that stand by the ways grant you some of those experience points, but only 50. So I don't think it's worth your time to do so. Now, I think these paths are pretty much the most fun thing to do when leveling, because they are so much Assassin's Creed, because yeah, you feel like Spider-Girl going through that right here. Whoop. I want to toggle that swing because I like the music. And there's nothing much I can say regarding that here, except for, yeah, you follow that path, do that parkouring, and in the end you will be rewarded with some more stuff than, for example, with the temples. Because you will A, have fun. Let's tear down this forest. Oh, and by the way, you can find shortcuts for this as well, of course. You do not have to do this. Whee! But B, you will also be rewarded with a chest with an item in it, which is epic only, but it might be an interesting skin that you unlock for yourself, and you can then use that skin to look better. Oh, and on this path right here, there's a quest as well as a sync point. I will do this off the video now. And I can only say good morning in the morning. Doesn't that look amazing in summer in Assassin's Creed Shadows? Still gives me goosebumps. I love this franchise so much. Okay. Since it's popping up over there, technically there are of course the Kofuns, the caves as well, which are riddles. I will not show it in this video because it's like complicated and long, and each cave is pretty much different and you will need a walkthrough for each one. I can only recommend Yamashiro region and Kyoto for temples, etc., because there are so many of them, like here and here and here and here. So for temples, we have to find pages in them, and definitely this is a job for Naoe as well, because Yasuke, he cannot climb. So some of the temples you go in are crowded by enemies, some are not. This one is an easy one, only 2 pages that you have to find. I simply use my right click to browse through them. I think it's L2 on the controller to like get that special view and mark things, and there we go. This one would not be reachable by Yasuke, so do not try it with him at all. It's not rewarding and it will be frustrating because you see, yeah, he can't do it all the time. So this is an easy one. Grabbing the scrolls, always chill. Next up we have the shrines, where you have to pay respect and pray. And to be fair, this can be done by Yasuke as well, because most of the time you do not have to climb anywhere with this. You simply go to the shrine that's on the ground anyway. Sometimes there are even like shrines connected to main missions where you have to pray anyways, but I would say these are so rare you don't need to do that. And I will use my right click, or I think L2 again, to browse where those shrines are, where I have to pray. And for some which are larger, I would recommend you guys to then like browse through that area and look where this shrine naturally expands to. Sometimes there's like a beautiful path lining up somewhere, and you will then find the shrines where you have to pray again. It will be easy for you to track, and yeah, simply try to get a good view. And on this one right here, which is quite rare, there are some enemies as well, which is quite surprising. So I will try to take them down. Maybe this is a boss, right? Yeah, here, that's a boss. Crazy. And since I think that dude gives me a legendary item, I will now skip it. And yeah, I can't pray right now because I do extra videos for all of my items I find. And it's crazy how you can use roofs to just escape fights. I mean, most of the enemies can't climb. All right, I found a spot where I can now pray, and that guy is still searching for me. But in the end, I made it, and this will then grant me yet another knowledge point, which is amazing. And I get my next rank in 19, which is insane. You will need a lot of ranks or points to level up your last ranks right here, because at one point, yeah, then mastery points will be a little bit more valuable than the knowledge points. I think at the point where you have like all of the levels for the main skills unlocked, then it switches to mastery points. I totally hope this could help you guys out and you now know how to level up your character in Assassin's Creed Shadows. I mean, both of the characters, they level simultaneously, so no worries. If you decide, as I did, to play Naoe 95% of the time, you can totally do so, and your Yasuke will then level with you and have all the points that you got on her. And doesn't this look great? I love daytime so much in Assassin's Creed Shadows. I wish I could meditate and go back to daytime with Naoe and have the best views ever in an Assassin's Creed game. Just so beautiful. Thank you so much for sticking to the channel and watching the video. Maybe this video will help you out as well, or that one that is recommended to you. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will speak to you in the next one, and goodbye guys. Thank you.